Alright guys, Slow Tranquil Sense coming into you with a top 10. Tonight's top 10 is going to be top 10 stuff that Jeremy Fragrance made me buy. But he made me buy a lot of stuff, and stuff I already had. But these are the ones that really wowed me. Like, fuck man, like, for example, Terry Mugler's Come Together, or Terry Mugler's Cologne. I'm not sure if it's the original, I'm not sure if there's two Come Together, and the original, I wasn't too impressed with that, but these, man. Okay, so let's get started. Now, one of the one in no particular order. Okay, Calvin Klein CK1 Shock, man. At first, I wasn't a biggest fan of this stuff, man. But now that it's winter and I gave it another go, there's something nice about the tobacco in the background. Nice tobacco with chocolate and nuances, a little nutty hazelnut. I feel like orange zest on top. Very nice for a cold, imagine like a cold winter day. It's cloudy, there's no rain, there's no snow. It's in the 50s or in the 45 degrees, and you're outside riding and the windows are down, the fresh air, you got a nice little jacket on with your girlfriend or whatever. Perfect for this fucking weather. CK1 Shock, man. Now the shock didn't really shock me because the whole premise was that CK1s are very freshy, so when they came out with this, it shocked the public or whatever. Very, very nice, man. It smells more expensive than it is, and I noticed that a lot of colognes try to do that. Like if they're like on the $20-$30 range, you can smell. For me, I don't know why, but I feel like I can smell the cheapness in it, or like the products being used aren't that great, but the way they manipulate the notes, or the formula, or the fixatives, whatever, the musks, I feel like they play around with it, and I feel like they just smell more expensive than they are. For example, F Black. I think I should do a video about that. The ones that smell cheap, but try to kind of like fool your senses. You know what I mean? Especially in the air. All right, number 2, Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue O Intense. Not the original. I'm not the biggest fan of the original, but this fruity concoction, man. Some people says it smells like lightsaber gummies, or fruit, some fruity crap like that. So very fruity, citrusy pop. Got nice woods in the background. This one, perfect for a day at the beach or a day at summer, especially when you just got out of the shower and you just put this on all over your skin, and the coldness from the cologne. Now I remembered one time I had this cologne, and it was a hot day, and after I got out of the shower, I had a little decant. I think it was Versace Pour Homme or Dylan Blue, one of those. Put it in the freezer. As soon as I got out, I started spraying it. And I remember that. Anyways, Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue O Intense, man. This really wowed me. Jeremy Fragrance directed me at a right way, man. Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue O Intense. Not the original. Number 3. This one was a very, very good one. A nice gem, man. Colognes L'Homme EDP. It's got nice leather nuances with a little licorice on the background. It's got that cherry note and almond note that people keep talking about. And I love the cherries, very effervescent, sparkly. Imagine like a soda when it sizzles, you know, it has that kind of vibe to it. Very mysterious with that patchouli in the background. I had a decant of this, man, and I was testing it out, and I was falling in love with it. Everybody around me really liked the scent as I was at work, and I was spraying it on. I was testing it out. I went to the gym, and it was like it looked like this, and I had it, and then I think I had got done working out, and as soon as I got my pants back on, it fell out of my pocket, and it just shattered everywhere, and I was so pissed off, man, that I grabbed some napkins and I clean up the mess, but I still try to pick up the juice and try to put it in my backpack for it not to kind of waste, even though it just fucking wasted on the floor. But very, very nice, man. This one, great for fall nights, man. I can see this being rocked like at a haunted house or at a corn maze or a pumpkin patch or something like that. Especially when fall is coming in, it's summer, and then all of a sudden that first cold front comes in. Nice and perfect for that kind of situation. Anyways, number whatever. La Nuit de l'Homme from YSL, man. At first, when I smelled this, I'm like, dude, this is way too feminine. What the fuck is Jeremy Fragrance seeing this? This is not good. This sucks. I remember, because I used to work at this, I used to work at Logan's. Well, I still work at Logan's, but I used to work at the South store. And at the South, they had the mall. So I went to the mall and I had Sephora. I went to Sephora and I had a bunch of samples, right? And one of those samples was La Nuit, and I sprayed it on me, and I went to my coworkers, the females, and I told them, "What do you think about this?" One lady says, "It's all right." The other one says, "It smells like like a deodorant or something like that." I'm like, "Really?" Kept smelling it. I told the lady at Sephora or Dillard's, where I think it was Sephora. I'm like, "Doesn't this smell too feminine?" Later, look, she just wanted to get off the clock, man. I was there just kind of like bugging her, I guess. But as soon as that dry down hits, I was like, wow, man, I couldn't get enough of it. It was very creamy, lush. Again, the way I describe this is like a box of cedar with a bunch of cardamom, kind of just like, you grab the cardamom and you kind of crush it with your hands. You put the cedar box, freshly sawed off cedar, made into a box. And you just close the box and you start doing that with the cardamom. You open it up and that's what I smell. Very woody, cardamom, spicy, heavy, man. This one, great for winter. I mean, it's all year round, but this one reminds me of winter because I ended up getting this one in December. And I didn't like the top notes at first, not at all. And I was like, man, as soon as the top notes dried down, it's like I was just looking for that bass. But I remember taking it for a walk. This is weird, taking a scent out for a walk, but that's what I do. I took it out for a walk. It was like it was December, and when I sprayed it on, those top notes at that time, I was blown away. I was like, wow, dude, very, very good masterpiece, man. I'm sorry, YSL really did something special with this fucking cologne, man. Anyways, number 5 or whatever, Dolce & Gabbana's The One EDT. Now, this one, when I first started getting back into cologne, because I had Sauvage, Chanel Allure. Before that, I had a bunch of other colognes that I really don't want to mention right now. But I had sold it off. I had sold them off, and I had moved, and some of them got left in storage. I was running amok, and it's a part of my past that I really don't want to talk about right now. Maybe later on. But anyways, I had to start from scratch. So I remember I had Spice Bomb, Sauvage. I had a Burberry London left over, the Dreamer. And then my mom bought me Spice Bomb and I bought myself Sauvage. But I remember she gave me Spice Bomb and Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. Not the biggest fan of the Allure, but I had that, right? And then I started getting, back into cologne, and I wanted, different variety. I was tired of wearing the same shit. For a while, I was wearing fucking these things called designer frauds, or what was it called? Designer imposters, or I forgot what the hell they were called. They had 3 little bottles. Oh, you know what? I actually have them right here. They're called designer imposters. Yeah. So it had 3. It had the Fierce. Yeah, Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce. They had one for Bleu de Chanel. They had one for Aqua de Joe, the original one, Liz Claiborne's Curve, and those were the renditions of it, right? They came in a plastic bottle. They were like $5. You can actually find them for $2.50 at Big Lots sometimes. And I used to buy that. And I used to wear that a lot. Man, I used to wear fucking Bod, the Most Wanted, the Fierce fucking knockoff. Man, I used to buy this shit back in the day. They're like $1 at fucking wherever at Walgreens. I remember rocking that for a while, but I wanted something better because I'm used to better, man. I had Ultraviolet back in the day, the Dreamer, Perry Ellis M. I had Perry Ellis Red, Perry Ellis Black. I mean, I know Perry Ellis is a cheapy cologne, but man, for what they were, I had fucking Jean Paul Gaultier's The Power of Two. I had YSL's M7, M7 Fresh. I had Serge Lutens Noir. So I knew what I came from, and I kind of fell off for a bit. And anyways, started getting back into it. I ended up buying a Zara Wanted, and then later on, like, well, what else am I gonna buy? So I found a deal, which now is not a big deal, but I thought I had a deal. Anyways, Dolce & Gabbana's The One. First time I smelled this one, I was not too impressed. To me, it smelled like Old Spice Fiji. I remember smelling it. I'm like, dude, it smells like Fiji. I can't smell the Fiji anymore. I guess my nose wasn't as developed. Now that it's more developed, I was interpreting different stuff, So at first I'm like, man, I'm not really digging this, man. But I tried it, and later on I started falling in love with it, and I really fell in love with it. Cause if you see my other videos, you know what I think about this timeless masterpiece. When I showed this to a girl, she said, "This is exactly what a man should smell like." When she told me that it smells like dick or cock, meaning that's her interpretation of a masculine aura, masculine vibe, energy, whatever. Dolce Gabbana's a woman. Jeremy Fragrance, man. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have bought this stuff, man. Um, I heard it was very popular back in the day when it came out. I never heard of it until Jeremy Fragrance. Very nice, grapefruit, fucking amber, tobacco. He likes the EDP better, but I like the EDT because it pops more. It's more how do you say that fucking word? It radiates more. Okay, now you're gonna get a twofer. All right, we got Carolina Herrera's CH Men and CH Men Privé. Now CH Men, the first time I smelled this I went to downtown and I smelled it. Man, I couldn't get over it. I kept smelling and smelling and smelling. Like, wow, dude, very woodsy, yeah, spicy, not citrusy at all, but it was very unique. I was like, man, like, dude, I was thinking in my head, Jeremy Fragrance really knows his shit, man. And for the most part, he does. But I know he keeps mentioning the same old colognes, but his target audience is new. It's new people or people that haven't been in the fragrance game in a while, and they only have Aqua de Jo and another fucking whatever, Terre d'Hermes, and they want to get into something different. And I can see why he talks about certain colognes all the fucking time. Because when you're with Jeremy Fragrance, he's like he's your daddy at the, well, now everyone's gonna say I'm kissing up to this guy, but who cares, man? Jeremy Fragrance really took me by the hand and really pointed me at some very nice colognes that I would never have paid attention to or even, glanced at or whatever. And usually when you see YouTube, who are you gonna see? Jeremy Fragrance, you know what I mean? And smelling CH Men, I was like, very unique cologne. I remember the first time I wore it to work, right off the bat, first person that sees me gives me a compliment. That one smells real good, CBO, blah, blah, blah. Very nice. So, now, CH Men Privé, man, like, get two for, okay, this is how does he say, the bad boy leather jacket, and this is the one night stand. I love the way he fucking phrases things like that, you know what I mean? And it sells, man, it really does sell. This one, it's almost the same thing as CH Man, but it has more tonka and leather in it. It kind of dries down. It has that vanillic undertone to the dry down of CH Men Privé, the way CH Men dries down, that vanillic, musky tone to it. But this one, I think I like this one better. But anyways, CH Men Privé and CH Men Regular. I kind of want to get into the other ones. I think I almost had bought CH Men Central Park, Catalina Central Park or something. It kind of looks like this, but it's like two-tone, like black and like a wood color or some shit. But I didn't pull the trigger on that. I want to see a great alternative to CH Man, but you know what? That's for another video. I'll save that for another video. You probably know what it is. Anyways, next one up, 24 gold. Scent Story 24 Gold. This one's like very chocolatey, has a lot of oud in it. I think it's like a fucking fake oud, but it's got that oud in it, and it's not animalic or fecal or anything like that. It's more, and it's not even that medicinal, but you can smell the oud clashing with the chocolate. You get a lot of fucking amber in it and a lot of musk on the bottom. This one, very nice. I really don't wear this one out too much, but I did like it when I first smelled it. And the fact that it's a very intriguing bottle. When he was showing off, I was like, man, that's a good bottle. A Scent Story. The name really kind of honed it in for me. 20 Scent Story 24 Gold. So yeah, that's one that he compelled me to buy. All right, next one up, we got Sean Barbados Dark Rebel. When I first smelled this, hated it, man. Hated it. I'm like, what the fuck is this, man? It's like, I forgot what video he mentioned this one, but he mentioned this one and the Dark Rebel Rider. I had bought them both together, and I ended up selling both of them because I was not fucking happy with them. Later on, like I said, I kept a decant of a Dark Rebel, and every now and then I would spray it on. And one time I took it for a walk. It was a nice fresh night out there. I remember the moon just glistening over with the clouds all around it. The moon looked so high up in the air, up in the sky. And I wore this. I like this very nice leathery tone. But the thing is that it smells masculine, but it's not too overbearing. It's a little, I don't want to say effervescent because it really isn't, but it does have room to breathe, and it doesn't in Spanish it's called no te no es empalagoso, meaning like it's not fucking cloying. It ain't cloying at all. Very nice leather. Imagine like motor oil. You're working on a bike and motor oil, and you're wearing a leather jacket, and you're going home to like shower. That smell before you hit the shower, that's what you kind of get out of Dark Rebel. I mean, the name says it all. I also have the Dark Rebel Rider. I did keep some of it before I sold it off. This one, I still can't really fucking rock it, man. But maybe later on, maybe I'll change my mind later on. Anyways, next one, Armani Code Profumo, right? What really caught me about this one, not only the color, but the way he described it, has like a root beer kind of fucking vibe. And I get that root beer vibe. This one's driven by Tonka, man. Very heavy Tonka and amber. That's all it is to me. Heavy Tonka and amber and some citrus pop here and there. Oh, man, this one, I like it, but I'm not in love with it. I prefer Armani Code Absolute. But there's something about the name. There's something about the bottle and that sexy juice inside. That very Illyrian bottle, man. So that's Armani Code Profumo. And the last one, let me guess. What could it be, man? Lana Wee, we got maybe Dylan Blue, Profumo, Bleu de Chanel. No, Bentley for Men. Bentley for Men. Sorry, I just took some melatonin pills and they're fucking kicking in. So Bentley for Men. When I first smelled it, I wasn't too fucking happy with it, but after having some time with it, I just couldn't get enough of it, man. I actually wore the Bentley for Men yesterday, the original one. This one's just a heavier version of it, man. Just to look at that. I always, and on my collection, I always kept it on the middle for some reason. Love the juice color, man. Bentley for Men. Another Jeremy Fragrance fucking pick, man. Anyways, I'm falling asleep right now, so I think I'll end the video right now, man. Slow, tranquil sense. I'll see you guys in the next. I forgot what video I'm gonna make later on, but you know what? I'll review the fucking video later on, and I'll see you guys in the next. My hashtag Team Overspray. Peace out, man.